Hello, Bagger. Hello, Mr. Bagger Vance. I want an explanation. It better be a good one.
The Legend of Bagger Vance was not a box office success. In fact, it only made back half of its money, partially because it was perceived as a boring golf movie, and worse, it perpetuates a racist trope. Really, in the case of Bagger Vance, it would be more appropriate if Bagger wasn't black, or white for that matter. Instead, blue. Because the Legend of Bagger Vance, which is a legend, isn't really about Depression-era Savannah, Georgia, and it isn't even really about golf. Instead, it is a loose retelling of the Bhagavad Gītā, a sacred Hindu scripture featuring the blue-skinned god Krishna, who, in that story, acts as the guide and chariot driver for an archer who is overwhelmed with grief, drops his weapons, and refuses to go into battle. Krishna is sometimes referred to by another name, Svayam Bhagavan, which means God himself. Bhagavan is, of course, the origin of the name Bagger Vance. And Matt Damon's character Ranulph Juna, which can be abbreviated Arjuna, comes from the tormented archer whose name was Arjuna. In the Hindu text, Krishna helps Arjuna to follow his path to become the hero that he was meant to be. The movie is told from the point of view of Hardy Greaves, played by the late great Jack Lemmon in his final movie role.
Terrific shot! I'm in the goddamn woods again.
Who is recalling events from his childhood while having a heart attack on a golf course. Little Hardy Greaves has grown up hearing stories about Ranulph Juna, the pride of Savannah, Georgia. Juna's golfing accolades occurred before Hardy was born, but that doesn't stop Hardy from idolizing him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Juna has the most difficult shot in the history of golf. He must sink this shot from 110 yards.
Juna went to war thinking he would be a hero there, just like he was at home. But instead, he returned a broken man, traumatized by the war. Juna's house reflects his haunted inner state. Which he prefers to escape from and drink away his memories. In a way, Juna represents the nation as it struggles to find itself during the slump of the Great Depression. During a town meeting, Hardy Greaves suggests that Juna be recruited to represent Savannah in a golf tournament against the two best golfers of the era. The idea of Juna returning fills the people with hope.
Fly, lad, with winged sandals on your feet!
And reminds them of better times.
The little child shall lead them.
Wasting your time, I'm not playing.
Why is that?
Juna turns them down, of course.
I lost my swing.
But Hardy's unabashed genuine belief in his hero and a ghost from Juna's past help him to reconsider getting back into the game of life.
Bagger Vance, the name?
But it is Bagger Vance
I take $5 guaranteed.
who closes the deal by offering his services as a caddy. His former girlfriend, Adele,
It's too late for I'm sorry, Juna.
Then tell me what to say.
wants to talk through their problems.
It was too long ago.
Her mysterious reply
No, it wasn't. It was just a moment ago.
is one of the themes of the movie.
And remember.
It's too long ago.
Oh no, sir, it was just a moment ago.
It doesn't matter how long ago we were hurt. The pain, if we are honest with ourselves, still lingers like it was only a moment ago. And believing it is too late is a lie we tell ourselves to avoid more pain. Running from or covering up our problems causes us to only see part of the picture. But Bagger Vance teaches Hardy.
Yep, right here is where this game is won. First you got to see it.
And later Juna.
I think it's time.
Time for what?
Time for you to see the field.
The field? I see the field.
That seeing the field isn't done with our natural eyes.
Close your eyes.
Close my...
Yeah, you can't make that ball go in that hole. You got to let it. I want you to feel the club rolling off your club. Feel the weight of the club.
seeing the field involves connecting spiritually with the universe, which guides our choices and leads us to what Vance calls an authentic swing. An authentic swing represents our truth. It is who we are underneath all of our fears,
All our wouldas and couldas and shouldas.
and behind all of our facades.
That ain't it.
It is the person that God knows
Just give me the club.
and that we may have forgotten.
Something we was born with. Something that's ours and ours alone. Something can't be taught to you or learned. Something that got to be remembered.
It is living life in harmony with our path and our God-given talents, and not fighting against it. Two examples of apparent success are presented to Juna. Walter Hagen shows that you can force your way through life,
The meaning of it all is that there is no meaning.
living entirely by pride and your own desires. Or you can be more like Bobby Jones and approach things more gracefully, connecting internally with the wisdom of the universe
This is my last match, June. I'm retiring.
and putting aside your worldly desires in search of authenticity.
You're at the top of your game.
Well, I've got a wife and 3 small children in a law practice. It's time to stop.
The turning point occurs when Hardy Greaves tells Juna that he is ashamed of his father.
He's sweeping streets, Captain Juna, in the middle of Savannah, where everybody can see him.
And Juna, defending Hardy's father,
Your daddy's out sweeping streets because he took every last dime he had and used it to pay up every man and woman he owed.
finds himself inspired by his example, his authenticity.
Your daddy stared adversity in the eye, Hardy, and he beat it back with a broom.
Instead of a broom, Juna is given a golf club. We are each given tools that are unique to us, to our situation. He is also inspired by Hardy's love of golf.
You really love this game, don't you?
You stand out there on that green grass, and it's just you and the ball. This is the only game I know you can call penalty on yourself. If you're honest, which most people are. There just ain't no other game like it.
Juna realizes that although he can't change the past, he can change the future.
You better get going.
The Depression defeated people, much like our modern pandemic. It buried them in fear and hopelessness. The legend of Vance is about hope, giving hope and receiving hope. It is also about grief. It doesn't matter who you are, there is suffering. But we don't need to stay there. Life is full of meaning,
But you ain't alone.
and we're not alone.
I'm right here with you.
God is with us,
I've been here all along.
and He brings hope. The name Hardy means robust, capable of enduring difficult conditions. Hope. And Greaves, of course, means to feel or express grief. Hope and grief are two sides of the same coin. Both are choices that ultimately move us away from pain. The tournament reminded people how to hope by giving them something to hope for. And if Juna could overcome his demons, perhaps they could too. Just when it looks like Juna could win the tournament, he accidentally moves the ball
I have to call a stroke on myself.
and decides to call a penalty on himself.
No! No! Don't do it! Please don't do it! Ain't nobody gonna
He
know!
realizes that his integrity,
I will, Hardy.
his authenticity,
And so will you.
is more important than winning a golfing match.
That's a choice for Mr. Juna, Hardy.
Seeing that Juna has already won the inner battle,
You're leaving.
Yes, sir?
Bagger decides that his
Yes, I
services are no longer needed.
I need you.
No. No, you don't. Not no more.
He leaves before the golf game is even finished.
This man is yours, Hardy. Take him on in.
There's more than one way to live life. We can try to force it to go our way, or we can align ourselves with it. We get to choose. And that is the moral of this story.